Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today, I'm showing you the page of Martin Grimshaw. Came through the Youth Academy in the most recent intake, and a lot of you said he looked like he was sort of pulled out of a heavy metal concert. And, you know, we're going to play a bit of heavy metal football, so maybe he'll get a chance. Martin Grimshaw, the first and only footballer before or since Effie Sodgy to play wearing a bandana. For this reason alone, he must be fast-tracked into the first team. Yeah, I must say, it's quite a bold move, particularly for a white dude from Stockport. But hey, maybe he's into Irish rap as well. Maybe he wants to look extra cool, because that's what passes for cool in 2018, you know? Or 2021, as it is. Now, we've had some games off camera, and I've made some more signings. A bit of desperation set in, but we have made a signing that I think is going to be a game changer for us. Potentially a bank balance changer too, but we'll see. So first things first, Josh Doherty has now signed for the club, which is important. It was good to get him in. I already showed you this though, but the deal is now done and over the ground, which is what I wanted to see. Also, Darren Stevenson, I'm negotiating a deal at the moment which would see him leave the club for £28,000 with a 50% of next sale fee clause, because he wants out basically, because he isn't going to get much game time this year, and you'll see why in a minute. I also brought in this lad. This is James Taggart, who's come in from Portadown over in Northern Ireland. He's a left back again. He's not great at the moment, I grant you. 17 years older, but the potential is what I'm really interested in this lad. I think this guy could improve quite a lot. Good personality. He seemed like the kind of player that was worth bringing in for £425. You can't really go wrong with a deal like that. You're gonna make money somewhere. I also brought in yet another left-back option in Vashon Nurfield, who's coming on loan from West Ham for the season, just to give us yet more options in that place. You know, we've got Nurfield, Doherty, Duxbury and Taggart now, who can all play in that position. None of them are like world beaters, but there's decent potential in there, and I think it will give us a good amount of rotation options, because that left wing-back spot often does get very, very tired, as we found last year with Duxbury and Lewis, but now we've got a big number of players that can fill that gap. Now, the final thing I did was I went, you know what, we've got transfer funds here, let's try and find someone. So I went back in for Brandon Hanlon, the guy from Gillingham, and they actually wanted more money this time, which is a bit of a pain, and the deal was going to end up costing like £400,000, but he would talk to us, and I'd agreed a contract with him for £4,500 a week, rising to £5 if he got an international appearance, which I believe he had Jamaican roots, so that could still have happened, and that was a lot of money. And the thing is, because of the agent as well, he wanted like £100,000 signing on fee and £100k fee for the agent too, just to convince, and that was as a key player as well. We wouldn't have any of this backup nonsense. It was going to break the bank. So I agreed the deal or whatever, and I let that kind of go through, and I thought, you know what, we just need to get a striker in at this point. And then my scouts brought me this guy. Then my scouts brought me Liam Miller, and then I was faced with a slight dilemma, because he was playing for Liverpool. He wouldn't come on loan to us. He was offered for loan, but they wanted him to play with a higher caliber of player, and as a result, they would not accept a loan deal for the guy, which is very frustrating. So I decided, you know what, let's go and see if I can't get this guy on a full-time deal. And amazingly, we were actually able to agree a deal. Now, it's like £200,000 up front, but it can rise to nearly 600k. So it is a massive, massive outlay of transfer funds. But I just felt like this was the player that we needed, because inside forward, brilliant. Right-footed, fairly determined, decent dribbling, decent finishing, good first touch, good long shots, good passing, technique. Work rate isn't quite as good as Shadipo, but it's not Banton level bad. Good vision. He's got decent physical stats. He's 6'2", so he's decent in the air as well, which is really nice. Moves into the channel, shoots with power, cuts inside, tries first-time shots, runs with the ball because of his dribbling. He looked like the perfect player for us. And not only that, he could also play as a striker. He's a striker too, and he has the perfect stats for a deep line forward as well, which means that he could basically play as a striker or on that left-hand side. So I thought, you know what? You know, the deal came through, and it was the final day of the transfer window. I was like, do we sign Liam Miller or do we get Brendan Hanlon? And in the end, it was a bit of a no-brainer to cancel the Hanlon deal. Yes, this is going to cost us more, but we've got a player that can play in two different positions, and believe me, this guy is quality for this league. I can't believe Liverpool let us actually have this guy, and he was willing to join us. He is our highest paid player, £4,300 a week on a key player wage. It was the most I could possibly give, and it can rise still with international stuff, but I think this guy could be fantastic, and he still has room to grow. I'm a huge fan of Liam Mill. Welcome to the club, Sonny Jim. So our second game in the league was at home against Scunthorpe. They were 5th in the league at the time, and my God, we rode our luck at times in this game. Malden pulled out some absolute world beaters of saves, hence the 7.2 rating. He kept them at bay. Some of the chances were seriously good. But in the 87th minute, Chaytil lumped a ball across the field, and Shadipo was there. He cut inside weirdly, and then managed to score and make it 1-0 to Stockport with 3 minutes left, giving us our first win of the season. And what a moment that was for us. I was out of my chair at this point, because it was a tough game that we probably should have lost on another day, but we got the win. The next game was Liam Miller's debut, and yeah, he made quite an impact here. 5-1 we managed to win away at Walsall. What a result this was. Chaytil gave us the lead early on, then we won a penalty which Liam Miller kindly dispatched for us. It was nice. I wanted to get him a goal just to give him a bit of confidence on his debut for us. Things just went from better to better after that. Chaytil made it 3-0 before a Paddy Madden goal got on back for Walsall. Then Chris Thorpe came off the bench and scored 2 goals in second half stoppage time. What a performance it is from Chris Thorpe as well. He's genuinely looking like a real contender for a starting spot in this squad at the moment with his goal scoring ability, because he's putting them away. He really is. But 5-1, I still think it flattens us a little bit, but it really was a terrific performance. The kind of shots we were putting up in this game was similar kind of numbers to what we did against Southend, despite not having 10 men in this match. So a real statement of intent in this game. Tilt was phenomenal in this game. Miller was great. Davidson was great. Rösler was great. More on him in a minute. Just a really solid performance and another win. However, in front of the cameras in the Carabao Cup, we kind of got brought back down to earth again. We took the lead in this one. I played a completely rotated side, apart from the goalkeeper, so that might explain it as well. We took the lead through Chris Thorpe. I feel like he'd earned himself a start, and he actually won man of the match in this match, despite us losing 3-1, to give you an idea of how good he was in this game. Key passes, chances created, he scored a goal. I'm starting to think that come the end of this season, Chris Thorpe might well be our starting striker at the moment, because Kane Hemmings still is not impressing me. He's missed a pen and done not much else. Unfortunately, Derby did then turn it around with 3 quick goals from Kent, Lawrence and Matondo. One of them was a free kick as well from Tom Lawrence. It's a shame, but it's Derby. They're a championship side and a good one at that. They also had Ravel Morrison in the team. So this is one of the weirdest games I've seen on FM for a very, very long time. Colin Rösler, not in my good books after this match. He got booked in the 3rd minute and then was sent off for a second yellow card after just 13 minutes. Unlucky for some, unlucky for him. And almost immediately after that, Chris Hanger made it 1-0 to Oxford. And at that point, we were just kind of clutching at straws as Dapu Mebude made it 2-0 not long before half-time. At half-time, I was like, what the hell do we do now? So the change I made at half-time was to actually drop the team really, really deep and have a low line of engagement with a narrow defensive line, just to kind of compact that area so we could try and spring counter-attacks. I also brought Callum Gribbin on up top in this match for the second half. It might not look like he played that well, but believe me, he was at the root of a lot of things, and he just doesn't get the rating he deserved for this one. But we did fall 3-0 down not that long into the second half as Mebude made it 3. But then Liam Miller scored twice in 7 minutes. Identical goals. We won the ball off them. Ball out to the right-hand side. Ball was whipped across. Liam Miller unmarked to the back post. 2 goals on the night and back to 3-2. And everything was looking rosy. We had a couple more chances like that. Were looking really decent. Unfortunately, Alex Pattinson did then make it 4-2 later in the game. But it was Cameron Hanger's 90th minute goal that I have to show you now, because it was some proper segment material. Feast your eyes on this. Cameron John plays it back to his goalkeeper, who... What on earth was that about? I would run the segment, but I'm still waiting on making a new graphic and everything, but that was some proper weirdness. But in the end, a 5-2 defeat. Not great. Just put it back on 2D Classic so we don't end up having to do it during the game. That being said, all of that leaves us 6th in League One. We can't really argue with that. We're 4 points above the drop zone. None of the sides that came up with us are in the drop zone. Barnet are in 19th, Colchester 16th, and Crewe are all the way up in 12th, our opponents today. Only 1 point behind us. Birmingham look like they're going to dominate this league this year, and Oxford, who beat us, are having a good year as well. So not hugely surprising. Miller, the top average rating in the league, no surprises there. Cameron Hanger of Oxford looks like a monstrous player. Like I said, I'd settle for staying up this year, and I do think we're going to struggle in places, but I think we can definitely stay up if we keep playing like this and putting in the solid performances. I really do think Liam Miller could be the game changer that makes us go from a side that could cling to survival to a side that could survive comfortably, because he has that extra quality, and I think it was worth the money. Just notice that Coventry City have a player called Malcolm Patience, with a balanced personality, so that kind of goes with the territory, I suppose. Just thought some of you might be interested in the finances. We're still not great at the moment, because obviously with more money being spent, more wages being spent and all that jazz, we're going to be losing money at the moment, and the projections do not look pretty on that one, but at least we're performing well. We need a cup run, really, at some point. We need to have a better draw in the FA Cup and actually get some luck with that, you know? The fixtures have also been very, very fast, like at least 2 games a week ever since the start of the season. I think after this game, we've actually got a week off, finally. So we'll just do a quick pick to sort that stuff out for now. Montgomery is completely knackered, as you would imagine. Gribbin, I'm not going to play Gribbin as a box-to-box midfielder. In fact, I'm going to have to look at this completely. Actually, Bruno Bridges is looking completely knackered, so he may well have to drop out there. Davidson's looking a little bit knackered as well, so maybe Regan Booty can come in. Christian Belic can go into the DM role, and Gribbin... I think Moody Moo's probably a better starting player there. Should we try it out with Chris Thorpe up top today? I feel like he's earned himself a start in this league. You know, he got 2 goals against Walsall and he got one in the cup against Derby. He's our joint top goal scorer along with Miller, and he just plays well when he's in the team. Maybe he deserves his first ever start. The other option would be Miller up top and then Shadipo on the left, and that's lovely having that option. It's so nice. So on the bench, we're going to go with Murphy, Casey, Shadipo, Okoro, Davidson, Gribbin, and of course Kane Hemmings as an option, if there was ever such a thing. Fine doing the opposition reports from here. You actually get way more knowledge from your assistants for whatever reason. Okay, this is going to be a tough game. They've got double regens up top, which is pretty damn cool. We're the home team, and Crew came up with us. I feel like this is a game that we could potentially win. It's like the first game this season that I look at and go, right, that is a definite one that we would earmark as a winnable game. The others, it's so hard to tell at the moment because you don't know where anyone really is. Right, let's go and see what Chris Thorpe can accomplish on his... And besides, we can always move things around. You know, bring Shadipo on and put Miller up top for a little bit. Miller's just... He's got that little bit extra that we need in this league. Nerfield had a terrible performance against Oxford, but I'm willing to give him a try. Dolan goes to the edge of the box for Diamond. Oh, clip the crossbar. Oh, also, Oxford's 4th goal was a direct free kick that hit the crossbar and bounced straight into the path of one of their players who put it in the back of the net. Bit annoying, but there you go. I'm just not sure how to handle their system. Chris Thorpe to take the call. Booty! Oh, it's in the back of the net. Chris Thorpe providing the goal this time. He's a great free kick taker as well. Like, there's a lot of good things in Chris Thorpe's game. He's just involved. What a little ball this is. Such a tough angle. And Booty with a beautiful header. It's actually, I think, hit the goalkeeper on the way back through, but we lead at home to Crew, and that's 10 points on the board if we can keep it. Uh-oh. Oh, he's offside. Jack Diamond offside there. Crew's equaliser ruled out. Phew. It's been a solid start to the game from us, really. Possession's coming down a little bit, but we're doing all right. We might have only been a set piece that we got the goal from, but it's a goal, you know. Booty. Bellich, who's looking a bit knackered already. What a ball for Shea Tilt. Can he dig a cross out? Oh, he can't, but Moody Moo might. Oh, wait. Huh? Whistle already gone. Tilt with the cross. Was... Oh. That's annoying, isn't it? That should really... Oh, God, I hate those goals. I hate it when those are ruled out. But, yeah, I guess it's the letter of the law, innit? Thorpe, out wide for Miller. He can take men on, too. But still looking like the better of the two sides today. Thorpe picks it up. Miller, cutting inside. He'll probably shoot, you feel. And it's saved by Irwin again. Was that really a long shot? 66% possession in this match. We might be able to turn that into something, but we're already winning the match, so we don't really need to overdo it on that. Okay, so half time, 11 shots, 5 on target, loads of possession. The Booty goal is the only thing that's made the difference, though, and Booty has been phenomenal in this game. However, I think we need to work ball into the box for the second half so that we can stop having so many long shots, because with the possession we've got, we can definitely make use of it. There's so little heat map for Crew because they've got none of the ball. So I think work ball into the box is going to be the approach that we'll take for this second half. Just notice that Crew have gone 4-3-3. Someone told me that if a team goes 4-3-3, going more narrow can actually help with that. Stops from getting in between the lines. So we might have a look at that. Uh-oh, Dolan. Oh, edge of the box for Bowery. Go on, just shoot from range. Oh, tipped over by Malden. He did what he had to do. Right, changes for us, I think, because these two aren't really on form tonight. I'm going to go... Oh, Okoro's not really ready for that, is he? Do we try something? Do we bring on Callum Gribbin on this left-hand side and go Shadipo on the right-hand side for once, just to mix things up a little bit? Gribbin can operate in any of those areas, and I wouldn't mind seeing what he can do. I also might tell him to dribble more. Nothing's really happened since our substitution. The game's just kind of gone completely dead. If we could get away with 3 more minutes of this and just see this match out, Nerfield, it's a decent header clear, but he does need to push out again. He's looking a bit knackered. I don't think he has the stamina for full games. We might need to keep a left back on the bench, just in case. If we could win the ball off them here, though, we might have a breakaway. And that's gone straight out of play. Beautiful. I think it's going to be it, guys. 10 seconds to go, and we're going to get a 1-0 win at home to Crew. It's not an emphatic win by any stretch, but it doesn't matter. It's a win and a clean sheet at the moment. And there it is! Stockport 1, Crew 0. John Gray, man of the match. Chris Thorpe, yeah, he might not have been fantastic, but he got the assist for Regan Booty's goal. You can't really argue with that. A good win yet again. Solid performance. We're doing all right in League One. I mean, that was anything but a classic match, but we are now 7 points above the drop zone. A good win at home against the side that came up with us. You can't really ask for much more than that. And a clean sheet for Louis Molden to add to his collection, his second of the season. 10 points from our first 5 games. We're looking all right. We are looking all right. I fancy a double live come up next, but we're going to do a few games off camera this time. We're going to do Barnsley and Wigan off camera and come back and do Bristol Rovers and Mansfield. Obviously, we've got the Mansfield game and the EFL trophy as well. So, yeah, double live com, a few games off camera. We've bounced back from our 2 straight defeats, but that's 3 wins in a row. Well, no, 3 wins in our last 4 league matches. Not too bad, frankly. And we've scored a few goals in some of those. Well, actually, no. 2 of our wins have been by 1-0, and with that 5-1 thumping. I'm still interested, though, in the Chris Thorpe, Kane Hemmings debate. Maybe Liam Miller up there. I think we've got options now, and that puts us in a much, much better position than we were in before, you know? So that's going to be the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, drop a like on the video. We're at 8,000 people in the ground for this game. The attendances are growing game by game as we move up the league, and that's pleasing. Yeah, drop a like on the video. That would be superb. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, hopefully where we're winning like this, in your inbox every single day at 6 o'clock. And I will join you guys in the next episode for a double live com of Bristol Rovers and Mansfield with some games off camera. Hopefully we can maybe win a couple of those games. I don't know. We'll just see. The sky's the limit at the moment. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.